Hello everyone. So this is Karthikeyan, biology faculty from SIMS Institute, Nanganallu. We will be discussing NEET 2019 biology solutions. Next one. Which of the following statement regarding post-fertilization development in flowering plant is incorrect? Against a direct question, ovules develop into embryo sac. No, embryo sac is the female gametophyte. Okay, ovules will develop into what? It develops into seed. Then what is an embryo sac? Embryo sac is the female gametophyte which gives rise to your gamete. Okay, which in turn gives rise to your gamete. Okay, it is a female gametophyte. Ovary develops into fruit, yes, correct. Zygote develops into embryo, yes. Central cell develops into endosperm, you all know. As you have a male gamete that comes and fuses in the central cell to give rise to an endosperm. So everything is pakka, but ovules develop into embryo sac is an absurd statement. It is seeds. This was a only question which was outside NCERT. 89 questions were from NCERT only. Concavalin A, it is a lectin. Okay, then what is a lectin, ma? We'll just try to make it very simple. It is a carbohydrate binding protein. Carbohydrate binding protein, which means a protein which loves carbohydrate. Okay, so wherever it sees a particular sugar molecule, it is going to go and take. Okay, so these lectin molecules are generally used to agglutinate RBCs. So this is mostly used in your microbiology laboratories to perform a test called as agglutination of RBCs, meaning precipitation of RBCs. Just we'll make it very simple. Precipitation of RBCs. Okay, so they use lectins. Why they use lectins? Because it is a protein that can attract carbohydrates or specific sugars. You all know the antigen that is on the surface of the RBC, that A, B, all these are sugar polymers, right? So these lectins, they are very specific towards the sugar molecules of RBC, so that they are going to agglutinate these RBCs. They help in agglutination of RBC. So it's a carbohydrate binding protein and it is mainly used in agglutination of RBCs. Okay, so this is an extra piece of information regarding something we have learned today, right? Next one. Which one of the following equipments is essentially required for growing microbes on a large scale for industrial production of enzymes? It's from biotechnology chapter. Large scale production அப்படின்ட்டு if you see a word, then you need to only think of bioreactor. BOD, sludge, all these are part of sewage treatment plant. Bioreactor is the one where the large vessels containing so many raw materials you use to get large scale production of a product or an enzyme. It is bioreactors. Purines found in both DNA RNA. You all know this. It is adenine and guanine. Okay, so only thing, thymine, which is a pyrimidine, is not going to be present in RNA. Instead of that, we have uracil. Okay, so purines are found in both. So adenine, guanine, these two are purines. Thymine, cytosine, both these are pyrimidines. I usually tell everybody to remember like this. Pyrimidines contains Y, right? Pyrimidine spelling, if you spell out Tyrimidine, and this pyrimidine contains Y. Similarly, bases that contain Y in its name will be pyrimidine. Okay, do not confuse thymine, cytosine, pyrimidine, adenine, guanine, purine. But only in case of RNA, instead of thymine, we are going to have uracil. Right, so these are some basic informations. Next one. Variation caused by mutation as proposed by Hugo de Vries, important scientist. It is random and then directionless. Right? Directionless. Then small and directional. Who proposed that? Small and directional was proposed by Darwin. Right? His mutations were small and then directional, whereas variations by Hugo de Vries, he said it is random and directional, and that lead to saltation and speciation. That led to speciation, and we call a mutation that causes speciation as saltation. Okay, so these terminologies like saltation, speciation, all these are with Hugo de Vries, who said variation caused by mutation, it is random and directionless. Which of the pairs of organelles does not contain DNA? Again, it's a straightforward question. Three organelles, mitochondria, plastids, that is chloroplast, nucleus. Only these three are the organelles that contain DNA. Okay, so mitochondria contains, chloroplast contains, again mitochondria contains. So the answer for this question is lysosomes and vacuoles that do not contain any DNA. Due to increased airborne allergens and pollutants, many people from urban areas suffer from respiratory disorder causing wheezing. Wheezing, if you take, it is related to asthma. Okay, asthma, ASTHMA, asthma. So it is mainly because of inflammation of bronchi and then bronchioles. You will have asthma, emphysema. Understand what is emphysema and what is asthma. Asthma is with inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles. Okay, damage of alveolar walls is going to cause emphysema. Okay, inflammation of bronchi and bronchioles is going to cause asthma, that is wheezing. And surfactants, it is going to reduce the surface tension of the alveolar walls. Okay, pneumocytes are the cells that contribute to surfactants. Okay, so that is about the other statements. What is the direction of sugars in phloem? You all know it's again a direct statement. It is bidirectional because the transport of food in phloem is purely a source sink relationship. Okay, what is source? Source is going to be at higher pressure because there is going to be nutrients available there in excess. Okay, where the photosynthesis would have taken place, there is abundant presence of your sugar molecule. Sink is where there is a need for sugar molecule and water molecule, so that is sink. So this source and sink relation is going to vary at every minute, every second or something. So it is, since there is a sink and source relationship, the direction of sugars in phloem is going to be bi-multidirectional. As in case of xylem, it will be unidirectional. Okay. In some plants, this was again a tricky question. In some plants, the female gamete, highlighting word is plants. The female gamete developed into embryo without fertilization. This phenomenon is known as, now you all know, without fertilization, it should be parthenogenesis. You all know. But here you have one more term called parthenocarpy. Understand, parthenocarpy means it is with respect to fruits. Okay, development of fruits directly from the ovary without fertilization is called as parthenocarpy. That's why you will say banana is a parthenocarpic fruit, not parthenogenic fruit. You will not pronounce. You will pronounce it as a parthenocarpic fruit because fruits developed from ovary without fertilization, you call it as parthenocarpy. Whereas your invertebrates and your plants which develop directly from the gamete without fertilization, you call it as parthenogenesis. Okay, so parthenocarpy is for fruits and genesis is for plants. So answer is parthenogenesis here. If the question would have been fruit, then it would have been parthenocarpy. Select the incorrect statement. Male fruit fly is heterogamete. Is true. In male grasshoppers, I'll just erase it because you will get confused. Okay. So this is a true statement. Male grasshoppers, 50% of sperms have non-sex chromosome. That is why insect sex determination is male heterogamety, because 50% of sperms will have X body, 50 will not have X body. So X body absent, X body present. So 50-50. In domesticated fowls, so this word is for birds, poultry, right? Birds. Sex of progeny depends on type of sperm rather than egg. This is the wrong statement because sex determination in birds is an example of what? Is an example of female heterogamety. Okay, it's not male heterogamety, it is female heterogamety. So this is a wrong statement. So it should have been depends on type of egg rather than sperm. So ZZZW, I hope you all know that.